Leela stood at the edge of the valley, her eyes tracing the remains of the bridge that had once connected her village to the world beyond. It was gone now, reduced to ashes, blackened timbers, smoke rising in thin, mournful tendrils into the morning sky. She had crossed that bridge countless times as a child, running freely with friends, chasing sunlight across the river below, dreaming of distant cities, stories untold, and lives not yet lived. Now as she faced the void, she felt the weight of years pressing on her shoulders. Memories clung like vines to the ruins, arguments left unresolved, friendships abandoned, promises she had made and broken to herself. Every step she had taken across the bridge had been etched into her, shaping her fears, her regrets, her hesitations. And now the bridge was gone, as if life itself had decided that she could no longer cling to what had been. The villagers whispered that no one could cross the river anymore, that the ashes were a warning, that life beyond the valley was lost to those who lingered too long in the past. Leela listened, but the whispers did not deter her. Something inside her stirred, a quiet insistence, a voice that refused to be silenced. You can build again. You can rise again. You are not bound by ruins. She knelt by the riverbank, letting her fingers skim the water, cold and alive. The river had always been her confidant, reflecting not only the sky but the deepest corners of her heart. And now, in its mirrored surface, she saw herself, not the woman weighed down by ashes, but a spark, fragile yet unyielding, waiting for the chance to leap. Leela began to gather stones from the riverbed, each one smooth, solid, and resistant to time. She stacked them carefully, one atop another, feeling the labor in her muscles, the rhythm in her hands, the meditation in each placement. Some stones were heavy, almost unbearable, but she pressed on, reminding herself that bridges were not built in a day. Not by fear, not by hesitation, but by persistence and faith. Days turned into nights. Sunlight became her witness, moonlight became her companion. Villagers came occasionally, curious, whispering doubts and warnings. Why do you persist? The bridge is gone. You cannot return to what is lost. Leela listened politely, but did not waver. She realized that the ashes were not her enemy. They were her teacher. They had burned the old structure, yes, but in their destruction lay possibility. Out of the ashes, a new path could rise, stronger, wiser, more resilient than the one before. During a storm, she almost gave up. The river swelled, cold rains soaked her bones, and stones she had placed were washed away by the force of the current. She collapsed, exhausted, tears mingling with the rain, whispering, "Perhaps they were right. Perhaps this is impossible." And then she heard it, a subtle sound, almost imperceptible beneath the roar of the storm. The river's voice, patient, persistent, calm. It reminded her that water cuts through stone not by force, but by steady flow. That even when the world seems to destroy, there is opportunity to rebuild. She rose again, soaked and trembling, and placed the next stone with deliberate care, her resolve harder than any rock she set. Weeks turned into months. The bridge grew not as it had been, but as it should be, a testament to patience, courage, and vision. Each stone was a memory released, a fear confronted, a regret forgiven. She placed a stone for every argument she let go of, every friendship she mended, every dream she reclaimed. And the river, once threatening, now sang beneath the arching structure, carrying reflections of sky and possibility. When the final stone was set, Leela stepped back. The bridge was complete, not perfect but alive, stronger than before because it had been forged through struggle, shaped by resilience, and infused with intention. She walked across it slowly, feeling the rhythm of her steps echo through her body, through her past, through the future. For the first time, she realized that the ashes were never meant to trap her. They were meant to remind her that endings are also beginnings. Beyond the bridge lay a landscape she had never explored. Hills bathed in gold, forests humming with life, villages full of laughter, opportunities, and stories she had only imagined. And as she took her first steps forward, she understood the deepest truth. You cannot move forward if you clutch the past too tightly. You cannot embrace the new if you fear the ashes. True transformation comes when you build again, when you place each stone with care, when you trust in the journey even when the way is uncertain. Leela looked back once at the river, at the ashes of the old bridge, at the life she had carried and released. She whispered a quiet gratitude. The past had taught her, shaped her, and tested her. But it no longer defined her. She stepped fully onto the bridge, and with every movement felt herself lighter, freer, alive in a way she had never been before. The Bridge of Ashes was not merely a structure, it was a story. Her story. A story of courage, patience, resilience, and rebirth. And she knew, with a certainty that reached to her bones, that no matter what challenges lay ahead, she could always rebuild, always rise, always walk forward.